Healing a broken heart and fixing a broken system. 1 week after Kyle Plush died while being trapped in his car, his family started fighting to fix the 911 system that failed him. Tonight they sit down with me for their first local interview to talk about the pain and their mission to make sure this never happens to another family. To understand the heartache the Plush family has been living with every single day since April, all you have to do is follow them to the second floor of their home, into Kyle's bedroom.
So many times coming in here at night and, tucking him in and saying goodnight.
This has been Kyle's room since he was 5. It's bittersweet in here for Ron and Jill. It reminds them of everything their son was. A boy who loved the outdoors, a star student winning awards in Latin Club, a son beating his dad at the mailbox to grab the next edition of Time magazine or National Geographic. But knowing there won't be any more evening tuck-ins is almost unbearable.
It's hard. It's hard knowing that he's gone.
What makes each day even harder is knowing Kyle's death could have been prevented. When a row of seats fell on him, trapping him inside his van and pinning his arms, he knew he could call for help.
He loved technology, so he knew how to use that phone even when he couldn't touch it.
But after making 2 calls to 911 and talking with dispatchers, help never came. They had everything that day.
Yeah, he told them. He told them everything they needed to know to find him.
Most people would live the rest of their life broken. No more family trips to the beach like the one they took right before Kyle's accident. But not Ron and Jill. Only a week after losing Kyle, their family was sitting in front of City Council trying to understand every failure that happened that horrifying night and trying to make sure it doesn't happen again.
We have to make sure that things change.
2 months after losing Kyle, another 911 scare that hit too close to home.
My dad had a heart attack in June, and my mom told the 911 telecommunicator, have them come to the backyard. We're in the backyard. And they were knocking on the front door when they came. So my mom had to leave my dad, come to the front door. And she said, "Why are you knocking on the front door? I told them 5 times to have you come to the backyard. Go to the right, come to the back." And they said they had never got that message.
Another emergency, another failure.
When seconds, minutes count, you can't have somebody going to the wrong place. They have to know exactly where they're going.
It's now been 7 months since the Plush family sat in front of council members, and they're still waiting on the results of 2 separate investigations, one on the Cincinnati police, the other on the city's emergency communications center. Both results were due back 4 weeks ago.
As each day goes by, I think it leaves our city exposed to risk. And I'm not out to scare people, but we're saying, 6 months later, we're still not talking about specifically what happened and what went wrong. This could potentially happen again. And we don't want that. I don't think anybody wants that.
At the very least, they want better training and technology, more staffing, and making sure there's not a lot of turnover in the people overseeing 911 operations. But more than anything, they want people to remember their boy for the way he lived.
He liked to help people, and he would want to help people.
And make changes to the way he died.
We can't change what happened to Kyle. We can't bring him back, but we can change the future. And we can change the future using his voice.
Results of those 2 investigations into the Cincinnati police response and the 911 communications center are supposed to be presented to City Council November 15th.